Hey Sequoia families, it's Miss Womack for our week 3 Go Golden Family Moment. So, in light of the really big news that we all got a few days ago about Knox County schools not going back for the rest of the school year, I thought it would be a good idea to set aside my plans to talk about respect and to talk about a different topic today. One that isn't all that fun to talk about at times, but it's really good to have these conversations with children about grief. So, grief is kind of a fancy sounding word, and it means something similar to sadness, but it's actually a very specific type of sadness. Grief is a sadness that comes along with a loss or a change that's unexpected, and it can come in many different ways and cause a lot of different types of feelings. But I really feel strongly that a lot of us are having grief right now. And so, children, listen up because I'm going to teach you about grief if I haven't taught you this already. So, whenever there's a sudden loss or a change, that could be the death of a pet or a loved one, or families going through changes like divorce, or like in this situation, the unexpected case of people being sick and us having to be really safe and careful and stay home so that we can hopefully get back together very, very soon. And so I want you to know that that loss and sudden change can cause us to feel at first like shocked, like we can't believe it's happened, and then some pain and confusion that can come in different ways, maybe anger or worry, and then over time, healing and growth. This time will change us, and we'll have some good things that come from this and some not so good things that come from this. But at the end, there's always hope that things will change and get better. So let me tell you about something that happened to me today. So I decided to go to Lakeshore Park for the first time in over a month, and I took my dog Reese to walk her at Lakeshore. And I walked with a friend from a safe distance, and it was awesome. It was beautiful weather, and I felt like myself for the first time in a long time. Well, my friend and I parted ways, and I got back to my car, and I realized that along the way, along my path, I dropped my car key. And at first, I was like kind of in shock that it had happened. I was like, there's no way. I've never done anything like this before. And then I started walking around my path again, taking the same trail and same area and looking all around. And then I got angry with myself. I was like, I can't believe I've done this. And I actually thought in my mind that Charlie Brown expression, good grief. And I just felt so frustrated with myself. And then, I don't know, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go back to my car. I'm going to look around my car one more time and just see if I can figure out what to do next. And when I got back to my car, I saw a grocery bag hanging on my door handle. And I went over to it and I untied it, and there was a note inside along with, you guessed it, my car key. And the note was from a stranger I may never get to meet. He did leave his name, and so I hope to be able to at some point to tell him thank you, but it just said, I saw you dropped your key along the path, and I wanted to make sure it got back to you safely. And you know what, kids? That gave me hope. The grief that I was feeling today, like the Charlie Brown kind of grief, like good grief, I can't believe I've lost my car key at Lakeshore, it started to turn into something different. And then I did get angry with myself, and I was frustrated about the loss of this car key. But then when I got back and I saw that a complete stranger had done something kind for me, it reminded me to keep my hope, to keep up the hope that all things will be made new in terms of the things that we're going through right now will change. Me losing the car key, it changed, thankfully. And sometimes it doesn't always come exactly when or how we expect it to. But I have hope, and your teachers have hope, that it will change again and that we will all be back in school together again. So for the fifth graders, I want to tell you a special message of hope. We are going to celebrate you in some creative or clever way. Miss Hinton and the team are brainstorming every day with ways to do that, along with your parents. And even if it's not going to look exactly the way that we hoped it would or thought it would, I still have that hope for you guys that it will come and that you will get to celebrate all your years at Sequoia in some way or another. And for all the other kids, I have hope to see you again in the fall when we all come back to school. And so, with that, I want you to know that grief is a part of life. We will all experience a loss or a change that will make us feel grief. And some of those days are calm grief days where it's like waves in the ocean. The water's calm and we barely know it's there and it just kind of feels normal and the same. And then other days, the grief is bigger and it feels like big, strong waves in the ocean that feel sometimes scary, make us worry or feel sad or even angry. And that's okay. Make sure, kids and parents, that you're talking to people about how you feel on your grief days, the days when you have strong waves of grief, and even times where the grief is calmer. But it helps to label it, to name it, and to share it, and then to help provide hope for others too. Thank you so much. Take care. And parents, feel free to reach out if you need anything at all. Reagan.womack@knoxschools.org. Thank you.